Dear learners, from Health Education and Community Pharmacy, our next topic is Fundamental Principles of Microbiology. Objectives: students should understand the following after completion of this topic. Definition, classification of microbes and their isolation methods, various staining techniques of microorganisms, classification of common diseases producing bacteria. Definition and importance. Microbiology is a branch of science which deals with propagation, isolation, and identification of microorganisms, or it is the study of microorganisms with respect to their cytology, physiology, reproduction, and useful activities or harms caused. Or microbiology is the study of microscopic organisms. It is derived from three Greek words: micros means small, bios means life, and logos means science. All microorganisms are not harmful to man. They are known as non-pathogenic, whereas disease-producing microorganisms are known as pathogenic. The diseases so spread are known as communicable diseases. Classification of microorganisms is done as follows. Various diseases-producing microorganisms are classified as bacteria, algae, fungi, molds, yeasts, rickettsias, mycoplasms, virus, and protozoa. Depending on cellular organization and other features, microorganisms are classified below. Microorganisms are classified into two types: kingdom Protista, having cellular organization. Those having no cellular organization, that is virus, viroids, and prions. Those organisms having cellular organizations, they are further classified as prokaryotic and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes means no organized nucleus is there, that are bacteria and blue-green algae, whereas eukaryotes are having organized nucleus, that is fungi, algae, slime, molds, and protozoa. Bacteria are widely spread in the nature in large numbers. They are present in animals, plants, solid, water, and the atmosphere. All bacteria are not harmful. Many of them are useful, such as in preparation of curd and cheese, wine, synthesis of some vitamins in the body. Classification of bacteria. Bacteria are classified according to their shapes, which are given below. Cocci. Bacteria spherical or round in shape. Bacilli, they are rod-shaped. Spirally, rigid spiral or spring-shaped bacteria are there. Vibrios are comma-shaped bacteria. Spirochetes are spiral-shaped cells which look like coiled hairs. Actinomycetes, they are branching filamentous bacteria, look like a ray of sun. Mycoplasms, they are round or oval bodies as they lack cell wall, so shape is not fixed. All these bacteria are shown here in the picture. That is, rods, bacilli are there, spirals are there, shapes are there, cocci having spherical in shape. They are shown here in the diagram. You observe the diagram carefully. The different bacteria along with their names are quoted here, and their structures are also shown. Other bacteria are again there. Rod shaped, spherical are there, spirochetes are there, pairs as well as singles are there, chains are there, spirals are there, and clusters are also there. The structure of bacterial cell. The bacterial cell shows the structure like this. It is not similar to that of human cell. It differs from the various parts as well as structures. You observe these structures, that is flagellum is there, mesosome is there, chromosomes are there, cytoplasmic membranes are there, mesosome is there. Here in this structure, gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria is shown, both consisting of this flagellum, and other various parts are shown here. Under the structure of bacteria, the different parts observed is capsule. Cell surrounded by gelatinous or slimy material forming a protective covering or layer or envelope. It consists of polysaccharide or polypeptide. It protects the organism against environmental changes. Cell wall. It is a rigid structure that renders the cell capable of survival even when there are great differences of osmotic pressure between cell and environment. It is made up of protein and polypeptide with mucin, polysaccharide and phospholipid component. It encloses cytoplasm and cytoplasmic membrane. It gives shape to the cell. Third is cytoplasmic membrane. It is a semi-permeable membrane beneath the cell wall. It is composed of phospholipids and proteins. It controls the passage of nutrients and waste products into and out of the cell. Nucleus. Nucleus is not well defined, but nuclear material is present near the center of the cell. The total nuclear material called nucleoid consists if a single circular chromosome, and it contains genetic material such as RNA and DNA. Fifth is cytoplasm. It consists of about 80% of water along with nucleic acid, protein, carbohydrates, lipids, inorganic ions, many low molecular weight compounds and particles with various functions. Next is ribosomes. Ribosomes are present in cytoplasm and are site of protein synthesis. And very important part found in the bacterial cell is flagella. Thin hair-like filament that extends from cytoplasmic membrane and through the cell wall. It is an organ of locomotion. Second type of bacteria, second type is of algae, or second organism is algae. Algae are green, are found in fresh water, rivers, ponds and pools of stagnant water. Some grows in and on soil, on trees, on rocks. They are green due to chlorophyll. They manufacture their own food. Some algae are blue, brown, red due to other pigment. Some algae are unicellular and some are multicellular. and branched or unbranched filaments. The cell wall is composed of cellulose. Nucleus is present inside the cell. Third is fungi, molds and yeast. Fungi does not contain chlorophyll. Therefore, they cannot prepare their food. Hence, they are parasite or saprophytes. They are unicellular and multicellular microorganisms. They have a rigid cell wall of polysaccharides. The vegetative body of algae is known as hyphae. Molds are known as mucor. It grows on moist bed, rotten fruits, decaying vegetable, shed flowers, leather goods, wet shoes. Molds are known as mycelium. Yeast are simplest unicellular fungi. They produce spores by process called budding. The common example of pathogenic yeast like fungus is Candida albicans. Types of fungi and fungal infections. On the basis of cell morphology, fungi are divided into four groups: yeast, yeast-like fungi, molds, and fourth one is dimorphic fungi. Yeast and molds are fungi, but they differ in their morphology. They are larger than bacteria. Each species has a characteristic shape. Molds are filamentous and multicellular, and yeast are unicellular. Fungal infections are called as mycoses. Superficial fungal infections, they are common infections on skin, nails and hairs. Deep-seated fungal infection, that is systemic mucus. These infections vary in severity, ranging from asymptomatic infections to fatal diseases. Optimistic fungal infections. These infections occur in patients suffering from diseases such as cancer, AIDS, etc. Fourth is rickettsias. They are tiny, non-motile gram-negative bacteria, are obligate parasites able to grow only within host cells. They are intermediate between bacteria and viruses. They are classified as bacteria on the basis of their much closer relationship to bacteria. For example, they are retained by bacteria-proof filters. They are visible under light microscope. They can be stained, that is, they are gram-negative. They reproduce by binary fission. They have cell wall similar to bacteria. They contain both DNA and RNA and produces metabolic enzymes. Diseases caused by rickettsia species include Rocky Mountain spotted fever, that is ticks, classical typhus fever, that is with lice, marine typhus fever, that are from fleas, rickettsial pox from mites, and scrub typhus, which is also from mites. Fifth one is mycoplasms, are smallest organisms, smaller than some viruses. As they does not possess a true cell wall, they are characterized by a marked pleomorphism. They found in clusters in bodies of man and animals, also found in soil and drainage water. The diseases caused by mycoplasms include primary atypical pneumonia and genital infections. Mycoplasms are also associated with urethritis, cervicitis, vaginitis, infertility, abortion, postpartum fever, and pelvic inflammatory diseases. Next is viruses. Viruses literally means poison. They are the smallest organism than bacteria. They vary in size from 20 nanometer to 300 nanometer. They can seen only under electron microscope. Most of viruses are spherical, that is influenza viruses, rod shaped, that is tobacco viruses, bullet shaped, that is rabies viruses, brick shaped, that is pox viruses. A virus is composed of nucleic acid, DNA or RNA, but never both, and a protein wall containing enzyme system, with the help of which virus penetrates into the tissue cell. Virus cannot prepare their own protein. They are strictly parasitic. All forms of life, animals, plants, bacteria, are susceptible to infection of viruses. The virus which attacks bacteria and destroy their nuclear material are called as bacteriophages. Many species of viruses are pathogenic for man and causes diseases ranging from common cold to highly fatal disease such as AIDS, cancer, rabies, or yellow fever. The other common diseases caused by viruses in human beings are smallpox, rabies, influenza, measles, encephalitis, hepatitis, poliomyelitis, foot and mouth diseases. The extracellular infectious virus particle is called as virion. The types of viruses are shown here: Ebola virus, hepatitis B, HIV virus, adenovirus, influenza virus, rabies, rotavirus, herpes virus, bacteriophages are there. They differ in their structures. The shape and structure of virus, that is general structure of virus, what it consists? It consists this polymer, envelope, capsomer, nucleic acid core is there, and a capsid is there as shown in the diagram. The structure of virus. Virus is ultra microscopic entity on boundary of living and non-living. It does not possess the cellular organization. Structurally, it possesses a protein coat called capsid, enclosing nucleic acid at the central core. Capsid is made up of structural unit called capsomeres, where each capsomere is made up of 7 to 8 monomers. Virus carries centrally located nucleic acid, either DNA or RNA, but never the both. Virus particle may be enveloped or naked, that is without envelope. Envelope may show projections called spikes. Virus may show isohedral, that is cubical form, or helical, that is rod-like form of the structure. The structure of viruses are shown here. the variable structures you will come across along with the name of viruses. So observe details of this structure, how they appear in their structures as well as in their forms. Next is protozoa. They are unicellular organisms more lightly organized than the bacteria. They have protoplasm clearly differentiated into a nucleus and cytoplasm. Protozoa reproduce by sexually, asexually, simple and multiple vision. The organism move with the help of pseudopodia, cilia and flagella. The important human protozoal infections include malaria, amoebiasis, trypanosomiasis, leishmaniasis, trichomonas, giardiasis, etc. Isolation of pure culture. The growth of microorganism in or on laboratory medium is known as culture. When microorganisms are grown on a solid medium from a single cell or spore is called colony. When a culture contains only one type of microbes is termed as a pure culture, but when it contains several species, it is known as mixed culture. So the definition of culture, colony, pure culture and mixed culture, you remember all these four important definitions. For growing pure culture, the media should consist nutrient broth, nutrient agar, semi-solid agar, peptone water, blood agar, chocolate agar and serum agar. The pure culture consists all these materials. The following methods are commonly used to isolate the bacteria from the mixture. Very first, surface planting method. In this method, the distinct colonies of the bacteria are picked out for further purification and examination. Enriched selective and indicator media are used widely for isolation of bacteria from specimens. Third, pre-treatment of specimens with appropriate bactericidal substances destroys the unwanted bacteria and pure culture can be obtained. Tubercle bacilli are isolated by this method from sputum. Isolation of pure culture. The fourth point, obligate aerobes and anaerobes can be separated by cultivating the specimen in aerobic or anaerobic conditions. Fifth method, separation of bacteria with different optimum temperatures can be done by incubating the material at different temperatures. The rhomophilic bacteria, thermophilic bacteria grow at 600 degrees centigrade and Neisseria catarrhalis can be grown at 220 degrees. By heating at 800 degrees, the vegetative bacteria can be eliminated from a mixture of vegetative and spore-forming bacteria. Motile and non-motile bacteria can be separated by using the Carriage tube, a tube containing semi-solid agar. Eighth, by inoculation into appropriate animals, the pathogenic bacteria are isolated from a mixture. For example, anthrax bacilli are inoculated into guinea pig or mice. By using selective filters, bacteria of different sizes may be separated. And last, by single cell method using micro manipulators, a single bacterium is separated and cultured. Methods of isolation of pure culture. There are about 4 methods of isolation: strict plate method, pour plate method, spread plate method, and last one is single cell isolation, or also called as micro manipulator, just we have seen in previous slide. Strict plate method: a plate of solid medium, that is nutrient agar, is allowed to dry in an incubator for about 30 minutes to dry the surface. Then, by using bent wire which has been sterilized by heating directly on the flame, is dipped in an inoculum. With this wire, the inoculum is streaked across the surface of agar medium so that individual cells become separated from each other. The inoculum can be streaked on the agar surface by methods as shown in the following figures. These plates are incubated at 37 degrees for about 18 to 24 hours, after which individual colonies can be observed on the agar surface. They are shown here in the diagram. The movement of the bacteria along with that agar solution, or the rotation movement, is shown here in the diagram, how streaks are done on the plates. Second is spread plate method. A drop of diluted sample of a culture specimen is placed on the surface of an agar medium, and this drop is spread over the entire surface using a sterile bent glass rod. These plates are then incubated at 37 degrees centigrade about 18 to 24 hours, after which individual colonies can be observed on the agar surface. And the third method is pour plate method. In this method, the initial suspension of the culture is diluted to a concentration of about 100 microbes per cubic mm per cubic. This diluted specimen, that is 1 ml, is pipetted out in the empty petri dishes and mixed with nutrient agar by moving gently in the direction as shown in the figure. The temperature of agar is not allowed to exceed 45 degrees centigrade to avoid damage to the microorganism. After solidification, the plates are incubated. In this procedure, the colonies will grow both on and below the surface because some of the cells are trapped within the agar medium when it solidifies. The movement, that is the direction, is shown here in the diagram in pour plate method. Staining techniques for bacteria. For staining the bacterial slides, following techniques are used: simple staining, differential staining, that is Gram staining, acid fast staining, and Ziehl-Neelsen method. First, simple staining. It is also used as monochrome, called as monochrome staining. In this method, only one stain is used. That is, in procedure, smear is fixed, stain is put on, stain is allowed to react for 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Wash the smear with stream of cold water, dry and examine under oil immersion lens. It is used to study morphology, size, shape of microbes. Second method, differential staining. Under this, very first is gram staining. Gram staining method is a differential staining method for bacteria, and procedure for gram staining is as follows. A smear, that is a thin microbial film, is prepared on a clean glass slide. Smear is air dried and fixed by gentle heating. Crystal violet solution is applied on a smear as a primary stain for about 1 to 2 minutes. Then potassium iodide solution, grams iodine solution, is applied on smear for 1 to 2 minutes. Slide is gently washed with water. 95% alcoholic solution now is applied on the smear as decolorizer. The secondary stain as a counter stain like eosin or safranin is applied on the smear for 20 to 30 seconds. Finally, slide is washed with water, air dried and observed under oil immersion. Lens of microscope. Observation is gram positive bacterial cell appears violet colored while gram negative bacterial cell appears as a pink colored. The importance is that by this method not only the shape, size and other structural details are made visible, but the bacteria can be grouped into gram positive and negative bacteria. Most of bacterial infections are caused by these two types of bacteria, which can be identified by this method. Very second gram staining method is acid fast staining. In this method, differentiating the bacteria acid fast or non-acid fast. Dyes used are malichate green, methyl blue. Acid fast, not decolorized by acid or alcohol, and non-acid fast are loose the stains decolorized by acid or alcohol. Third method is Ziehl-Neelsen method. The Ziehl-Neelsen stain is a type of differential bacteriological stain used to identify acid-fast organisms, mainly Mycobacterium tuberculosis and Mycobacterium leprae. It is a modification of acid-fast staining. Dyes used is Ziehl's scarbaxyphxin solution. Decolorization is done by 20% sulfuric acid. Methylene blue is used as a counter stain. Acid fast bacteria appear a pink or red color and non-acid fast bacteria appear as a blue green color.